Hey everybody, Noobtastic here, and in this video will be my breakdown of a Frost DK. My main is a Frost DK, so I got into the beta and now got some questing done and some leveling done. So I'm gonna go through the overall aspect of what's been added, what's been removed, the new animations, the new talents, and my overall thought of the Frost DK as it is in present beta. I received my beta key via the weekly contest over at wowhead.com. So if you're looking to get into the beta, head over to Wowhead, enter in the weekly contest. It's real easy. Has to do with Draenor questing and achievements. Didn't even have to do nothing. Most people don't have to do nothing because you've already got these achievements completed. Alright everybody, we're back on live servers. I just wanted to jump over here, bring up the spellbook, and give us a rundown of what is no longer in the Frost Deathknight collection. Okay, AMS is there, but it's been changed just for a set amount of magic, not all magic damage. Army of the Dead is gone for Frost Deathknights. Blood Boil is gone. Blood Presence is gone. Blood Tap is gone. Troll Undead we still have. We still have Dark Soul. We still have Deathgate. We still have Death Grip. Death Pact is gone. Death Strike we have now, but it now heals for a percentage of the damage taken, and it also costs runic power instead of runes. Death's Advance is gone. Defile is gone. Power runic we still have. We still have Frost Presence. We still have Frost Strike. Gorfine's Grasp is gone. Horn of Winter is still there, but it now gives you runic power. Howling Blast we still have. We still have Fortitude. Icy Touch. I believe Icy Touch is gone. Yes, it is. Icy Touch is gone. We still have Mind Freeze. We still have Obliterate. Outbreak is gone. We still have Path of Frost. We still have Pillars of Frost. Plague Leech is gone. Plague Strike is gone. You still have Raise Alley. Now, Rune Forging is taking a big change. Only runes left are Lynchborn, Fallen Crusader, and Lynchbane, Razor Eyes, and Fallen Crusader. Those are the only three runes we have now. Okay. Now, Soul Reaper is also gone. Now, Strangulate is gone, and it's the #1 talent I miss. It was a range silence for lots of stuff. It's gone. It's just, it's the one I missed the most. And then, of course, Unholy Presence is gone. Now, let's see. On a Pale Horse has changed. You are now a lot faster. And one other thing I was going to say. Oh, Icy Talons is no longer a passive, it's a talent. Okay, and of course, all the glyphs are. We don't have glyphs yet. It's some more so in the beta, so I can't tell you. But basically, all the talents, every one of these talents is pretty much gone. Every one of these is gone. Remorseless Winter is now a cast spell that you always have. Runic Empowerment is a passive now. Otherwise, the rest of these are all history. Okay, guys, we're back into the beta. I'd like to show you what spells we do have. Okay, of course, I just said Anti-Magic Cell. It changed to absorbing up to 100,000 and 353 magic damage. So it doesn't. It's quite a bit shorter than what it used to be. And it's 6 seconds. Change Ice is unchanged. Troll Undead's unchanged. We do now have a taunt, Dark Command. It was blood only before, so we now have a taunt. The Deathgate and Death Grip are unchanged. Death Strike now costs 40 runic power, and it heals for percentage of 30% of 30% of all damage taken within 5 seconds, or 7% of maximum health. So, or the 7% is the minimum of 7% of your health. Okay, Empower Runic Weapon, of course, activates all your runes, and it gives you 25 runic power now. Frost Strike is unchanged. Frostith, that is one of the talents. I'll go over that here in a bit. Howling Blast now is it's took a pretty big nerf since Draenor. But Icebound Fortitude is the same. And Mind Freeze, of course, Obliterate. Now, Obliterate, they've made it pretty much to where you need to use Obliterate in your rotation. There's no more set builds where you're not going to use Obliterate. Okay, Obliteration's a talent. I'll go over that here. But Path of Frost is the same. Pillars of Frost is the same. And then Raise Alley. Remorseless Winter is now a spell. It needs to be used into your rotation. It drains the warming life of all nearby enemies, dealing 1,500 frost damage, or 15,000 frost damage, over 8 seconds, and reducing their movement speed by 8%. And like I was telling you about rune forging, there's only 3 rune forges now: Razor Ice, Fallen Crusader, and Stone Skin Gargoyle. That makes, and without us having the death pack heal and stuff, the little heals you get off of Fallen Crusader, I feel is quite a bit more. I've noticed it a lot more using that. Okay, we now have Wraith Walk too. You go into Shadowlands or whatever you want to call it, and you increases your movement speed by 70% for 3 seconds. During that time, all movement and parrying effects are suppressed, but attacking it will cancel the effect. There's also talent, which makes it so when you come out of Wraith Walk to where you stun all nearby enemies. And here, let me use this for you guys and show you exactly what I mean. Let me run out here some more. Let me run out to the middle here. Here we go. Now, it only lasts for like, I think it's 6 seconds in this net, and it's not very good. It's our movement speed, which is addressed to that. But it has a 2-minute cooldown, so I think I guess it has a 1-minute cooldown, I'm sorry. But still, it's much too long of a cooldown for that little time period. Okay, and that's it for our spells. That's it. I mean, it's pretty short to the sweet, of course. Dark Successor, Killing Machine's the same, Frozen Hearts to our Mastery. On a Pale Horse, as I said, is different. You're hard to stop as death itself, increasing your mounted speed by 20%. You're actually faster than Paladins now. At least I was. Prime, and then Runic Empowerment is now a passive. You know, it gives you a 1% chance to get a free rune. Seems pretty weak. I didn't really notice it as I've been leveling so far. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah, let's go over the talents, and we'll go from there, and we'll see how we go. Of course, your main abilities now are Obliterate, Howling Blast, Killing Machine, Frost Strike, Remorseless Winter, and Rhyme. Those are pretty much unchanged, but there's no way you can play without using Obliterate. Now, I know for a couple, back in Canada, people didn't use Obliterate and Dual Wield, and in Warlords of Draenor, a lot of people didn't use Obliterate because it didn't hit for much after the nerf. Well, there's no way to get around not using Obliterate now, because even when you get hurt and you need to use when you need to use Death Strike to heal yourself, it takes 2 Obliterates to generate enough runic power to have a Death Strike. So there's no more Death Strike spam unless you're full on runic power, which I wouldn't understand how. But you got to keep obliterating, you know, or 2 Frost Strikes, I should say, but it's pretty good. I mean, we're pretty good. It is in the first talent tier, in the first things, you got Shattering Strikes. If there are 5 stacks of Razor Ice on the target, Frost Strike will consume them and deal an additional 50% damage. Okay, I kind of tested it. It just seemed a little weak to me. I'm not quite sure. It just seemed weak. Then we have Icy Talons. Your Frost Strike also increases your melee attack speed by 10% for 6 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. Now, this has changed since the alpha. In the alpha, it gave you a 28% boost, but it didn't stack. Now, this stacks up to 3 times, so that's pretty good. So if you do repeated Frost Strikes, it speeds you up. Now, Murderous Efficiency just got a reworked or a buff, I should say. Consuming Killing Machine has a 50% chance to give you 1 rune. Now, I prefer this talent, this tree. I prefer Icy Talons so far. I tried Emergence Efficiency, but I seem to work better with Icy Talons. Now on the second row here, you have Freezing Fog. Your Howling Blast and Frost Fever do 50% increased damage. I think that's a runaway here. But, I mean, because those are two of your main abilities. Howling Blast has been nerfed a little bit, so actually quite a bit. So giving 50% back, it helps out a lot. Frozen Pulse, while you have no runes, your auto attacks radiate 5,009 frost damage to all nearby enemies. Well, if you're a good frost player, you're hardly ever without any runes, or it's just a split second or so. So I can't see that being worth a whole lot. Now, Horn of Winter, using this while you blow your Horn of Winter, you gain 5 runic power. This has a 30-second cooldown. I don't think working the Horn of Winter into a rotation for 5 runic power every 30 seconds is worth it. Now, you do get 1 rune, which may be possible, so I'm going to have to test on that. But for right now, I'm thinking Freezing Fog is the best. Now, in the 58 talent, Ice Cap, your Frost Strike, Frost Scythe, and Obliterate critically strikes, reducing the remaining cooldown of Pillars of Frost by 1 second. Now, that's each one of them. You know, that's pretty. I think Ice Cap is I think I like that. Now, Hungering Rune Weapon. Now, this simply, when you use your runic weapon, give it your 6 runes back. Well, this gives you the 6 runes back over time, over like 9 seconds. So if, you know, say you're not completely drained and you have 1 or 2 runes left, and you use your empowered runic, your empowered runic weapon. Now that would help you so you don't lose a rune or 2. I usually purposely drain myself of runes right before I use it, so you get them all back. But I could see where this could be helpful for some people. Now, Avalanche. While your Pillars of Frost is active, your melee crit strikes cause jagged icy talons to fall on your nearby enemies, dealing 6,900 frost damage. It sort of resembles the mage animation, and I didn't think it was. I didn't like it. Okay, for the 60 talent, you have antibiotics. Sorry, guys, it's early and I cannot talk. Antibiotics might obliterate critically strikes. Obliterate crit strikes have a chance to drive lesser enemies to the ground, stunning them from 2 seconds. Players are dazed for 5 seconds. Now, this sounds like it's a PvP thing, but it also sounds, unless I'm reading this wrong, I didn't try it in PvP, but it sounds like it'll daze your own team plus the other team. I don't know. It's definitely a PvP thing. Blinding Sight, it has the same animation of Cone of Cold as a mage. It targets a cone in front of you, then it's blinded, causing everybody in front of you to be disoriented for 4 seconds. Of course, damage cancels the effect, so... Yeah. Now, Winters Are Coming. This is a passive ability. If your enemies are struck by Remorseless Winter, while you have Pillars of Frost active, it gives you a 4-second stun. I really like this ability. It as you use this ability and you have your you bring up. Let me explain it. Let me figure out how to explain this. When you hit your Pillars of Frost, you hit Remorseless Winter immediately, and as soon as they're hit 5 times, it will freeze them. Okay, and then because of the cooldowns, you can get 2 4-second stuns per. Is that correct? Yes, you can get 2 4-second stuns for 1 Pillars of Frost. If you do it immediately, and then you as soon as your Remorseless Winter is done, you activate it a second time. You can get 2 4-second stuns out of 1 Pillar of Frost, which is pretty nice. And it comes up from the ground. It's got a nice animation. Here, I'll play the animation now. Okay, first I activate my Remorseless Winter, and now I've hit my Pillars of Frost, and after a few times it's hit him, you'll see it come up. There it is right there. It's a very pleasing animation aesthetic-wise. Alright, for the 75 talent, we have your anti-magic seal turns your enemy's pathetic magic against them, absorbing 35% more damage, but generating no runic power. When it expires, it deals 25% of damage across as arcane damage, but you have to be in melee distance for it to hit them. I really don't like that. I mean, yeah, it's nice, but I don't like, they've really took the runic power away from AMS, and that's a bummer. Now, permafrost, I like this one. This is a passive. When you deal damage with auto attacks, you gain an absorb shield equal to 30% of the damage dealt. It's a nice, it's a nice recovery back. Of course, same thing with AMS or Death Pack. We don't have so many heals, so this is a nice way to kind of mitigate some of that incoming damage. Now we have White Walker here, which is funny. That's two Game of Thrones references right next to each other. That's kind of crazy. You take 20% reduced damage while Wraithwalk is active. Oh, this is the PvP talent I was telling you about. When you enter or leave Wraithwalk, all nearby enemies are slowed by 50% for 3 seconds. So it's totally PvP, but because of the Wraithwalk, how slow it is, or how short it is, or I'll do it again, is it really worth it? I mean, look how far I traveled. I didn't travel very far at all. And, I don't know, it's totally a PvP talent. I can't see it being in PvE at all. Okay, for the 90 talents, Frostlight. This right now is a god. It's got it hits so hard. It's an AOE or even single target. I mean, in single target, it's hitting for just as much as Obliterate is, and it costs 1 rune. And you actually, when you use it, here, let me do the animation here. You actually pull out a scythe, and you see if I can get here and you can see. You actually pull a scythe out and swing it. But it has no cooldown. Costs 1 rune. I love it, and you can basically, if it's AOE, if you just time them right, you can just club over and over and over, and the damage of it is so massive right now. Now you have runic attunement, auto attack to generate 1 runic power. Well, that works really good with Icy Talons because your auto attacks, speed up your auto attacks. But I think Frostlight is a lot better. Now, Gathering Storm, I have not tested this one yet, but it's each rune spent during Remorseless Winter increases damage by 10% and extends its life for half a second. So it has a possibility of being good. And, increased damage by 10% if you blow all 6 runes during Remorseless Winter. That's 60% extra damage. I mean, that's nothing to joke about. So I haven't tested that one yet. I only played a couple days so far. I am just about to level. I'm 100, just about to level here. So I'll keep testing it. Now, Obliteration here. I read over and over, and people say it was terrible, and it was terrible. I think stacking Obliteration with Frostlight, you blow your cooldowns, man, you got some massive stuff. For the next 8 seconds, Frost Strike hit. Every Frost Strike hit triggers Killing Machine, and Obliterate costs 1 less rune. That makes your Obliterate worth 1 rune, so you can go Frost Strike, Obliterate, and you can mix in the Frost in there. I mean, I think it's massive DPS increase. So I'm all for it. And you see, it's only like a 6-second cooldown. But still, I think it's a great big DPS. Now, Breath of Syndagrosa is pretty much unchanged, except it's down from 15 runic power to 12 runic power. I'm not a big Breath person, and now with the way they've changed AMS, where you no longer can soak AMS to get runic power, Breath is going to take a big hit from that, because besides, I just can't see how you're going to get a lot of runic power to constantly keep Breath up anymore. There's going to be no more of those 3-minute, 3-minute breaths and stuff. Maybe I'm wrong, and people will show how to do it. Now, Glacier Advance. Summon a Glacier Spike from the ground that advances just in front of you, dealing 2600 frost damage and engineering the eruption point. I didn't like it because it literally appears like straight out here. Let me switch the talent here. Oh, I gotta wait for Obliteration to come out before I can switch. but it would just put it right in front of me here, and it didn't seem like it. It seemed like if they were maybe an inch or two to the side, they didn't take damage from it. So it just wasn't really worth it to me. I would rather use obliteration and be in the face of somebody and pop using the pop cooldowns. Because I mean, you got your when you pop power runic weapon and your blue, and it just seems so much more powerful when you pop them all together. Okay, and of course we have no glyphs so far, but hopefully we can get it better. I feel that the gameplay we're pretty good right now. I don't struggle at all. I'm pretty OP about stuff. Uh, but that's about it. All right, guys. Here's a minute or so of gameplay to see the new weapon animations. Um, all of them have new animations: offhand, main hand, obliterate, frost sight, death strike. They're all pretty good, and I like them. And as always, if you're in need of gold, check out my gold making videos. I'm very good at making gold, and that's how I got my start here. And so I'd like to pass on some ideas to you guys, and now I'm starting to hunt down my ideas for Legion for gold making. But I'd appreciate it, guys, if you would like, share, and subscribe. Could use some followers. I just passed 150, so I'll have something coming up about that. But thank you very much. Everybody have a great day.